The first one I think is definitely initiative and resilience. That's a major part of my degree at the moment. Finding the time to be able to know what to do and when to do it. So when I need to go and see my advisor, or when I think I can take this challenge on and do it myself, especially with writing essays. Recently I had to write quite a long essay about quite a complicated subject. And I mean, I worked so hard to find the primary literature and to really get right into the subject. And sometimes you just need to think, okay, I think I need a little bit of help with this. So I did manage to go and then see my advisor, know that maybe I needed to be resilient in the fact I needed to do it by myself, but then I do also need to go and maybe find help from other people as well. A second major attribute I find that I really want to have as a graduate is the ability to self-assess. I think having a look at the graphs, you have a little graph that you can have a look at from your previous marks in your modules, and having a look at see where the green bar is more towards the end of the field rather than in the middle, you can really see where you've done well compared to the rest of the year, and I think that's really vital. And if I see maybe I haven't done so well, then I can really reflect back and think, right, that's something I didn't do so well on, why didn't I do well on it? I'm in my second year at the moment, so I have to start thinking, and about this time of year I have to start thinking about my third year project, which is going to be a lengthy summer placement. And from the knowledge I've gained throughout my degree, I've had little snippets of every single part of science, and I have to really focus on one specific part. So for me that was epigenetics. And I've had to look into the primary research of that really in great detail, find a project advisor I want, and then go out and apply myself to go and see, oh, I need to choose a project advisor. I've got one now, and now I'm having to set up meetings with people in UCLH and Queen Mary to try organising a collaboration with labs. And I think that's incredibly vital to be able to have the ability to do that. My best one's probably definitely evolutionary genetics. This was a module I took in last semester, and it was just looking, as it says, about evolution, the development of the evolutionary theory, and specifically we had to do a project in that about snail polymorphisms, snail shell polymorphisms. The top attribute for me would be to apply communication skills in many different settings. So the first one was in a big lecture theatre, talking over a big overview about how the project would progress and how the project would be designed. I was the project leader at that time, so to be able to communicate to everyone in a nice enough way to, like, not to really annoy them, but in a firm enough way to say, look, we need to get this sorted out, we need to get it sorted by this date. A second major attribute for me was to react appropriately to criticism. There was an awful lot of deadlines to reach, and an awful lot of feedback was given. And a lot of the time you would have worked, you know, maybe 15 hours, 20 hours as a group together, each of us 20 hours on a one project. And then you get it back and find that there's a huge red marks all over it, loads of criticism. But you've got to take that on board, and you've got to realise our project isn't that rubbish. We just got to look at this and really improve it. We've got a really good baseline, we've got to improve it and see where it leads. Thirdly, it was definitely applying analytical skills to a completely unfamiliar problem. I mean, I'd never collected snails in my life before, so it was a real challenge to find out how. I'd never really been in that sort of formal scientific setting. There's an awful lot you have to think about in terms of collecting snails, you know. So do you collect dead snails, live snails, what snails do you collect, how do you record the banding patterns, that sort of thing. To know what you were looking for and to think about it as well in a reasoned way was, I think, something I really gained from that module.